Thank you, everybody, and today you'll be joining me, your boy Blood, with the Council of Trolls today on talking about Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. This would be my first impressions video, and speaking about dying, look, just did it right there. You'll be doing a lot of that in this game. You'll be seeing a lot of the death screen and the loading screen a lot, as per usual from any, From Software game. It's Souls games, it's Bloodborne game. I bought this game March 22nd, the day it came out, and I played it for a couple of days straight, and then I stopped playing. Then I got back into it earlier this week, ever since I started doing this video. And I gotta say, I'm really enjoying myself. It's a blast. Just seeing this game makes me happy. It just reminds me a little bit of Tenchu, but I say it reminds me more of Tenchu and Bloodborne. Like the way your character moves, he's so fast, and then just the way that this fantasy feudal Japan era, it's just Tenchu, pretty nice. I just really want to talk about really the combat in this little impressions video. I'm really surprised by it. Like, it got me by the balls, I gotta say. It's really addictive to me. It's really challenging, and with the challenge it comes rewards. It's a really good ass feeling. A sense of accomplishment. Got a sense of euphoria. A sense of euphoria, guys. Look at that. It feels so good when you do that. Now, there are three main things in the combat that you need to worry about. One's like a sub kind of category to me. But the three main things are vitality, posture, and deflection. Those are the three main things that matter in this combat of Sekiro. Now, starting off with vitality, you can see that little orange red bar down there at the bottom on the left screen, next to those pink circles, which are resurrection circles, which obviously when you die, you're able to bring yourself back to life. But in the process of doing that, you'll cause dragon rot. Now, dragon rot occurs over time. It doesn't occur every 10 deaths or some shit. Like, you have to die a lot for that dragon rot to really take effect. And I mean a lot. Dragon rot's an illness that over time, that if you die too much, it'll start to affect NPCs, and NPCs will start coughing and wheezing. It'll let you know. It'll notify you when who and what has dragon rot. And sometimes when you go to the location of where that person is, sometimes they may not be looking so good, which means they're looking worse than just coughing. They're dead on the ground. Pretty much. Vitality is really important because the damages that the enemies do when they hit you, it hurts. It hurts really, really bad. I mean, there's some hard hitters. There's some speedy, flashy moves. There's some agile bastards. And then you got some badasses who are actually hard-hitting and fast. Sometimes you'll be bunched up with a group of enemies. Sometimes you'll be facing 3, 4, maybe more. Who knows? It just depends on the situation. And depending on any situation, you gotta adapt. And this game really wants you to adapt. Like, explore any option you can to get around any enemy. Stealth. Sometimes you don't even gotta fight them. You can run away if you're getting fucked up too much. You can just run away, go back, and go right back at it. You can take the rooftops, jump actually on them, like in Tenchu. Stealth really plays a big role in this game as well. So other than vitality, The second main thing is posture, which is represented by that yellow bar that you see at the top of these enemy encounters. But in turn, you also have your own. And depending on what type of hit the enemy does, it can really raise that gauge up. And if that gauge fills up to the top, your posture breaks. But same goes to the enemy. And each enemy, after their posture breaks, a red circle appears on their body, which indicates a death blow. And those death blows are very satisfying, especially on enemy bosses. When you struggled so much, like when you have like a sliver of health and you get them to a sliver of health and you just have a death blow ready for that ass, it feels so satisfying. I mean, if you're a Souls player, a Born player, you know exactly what I'm talking about when you get kills just like that. But back to the posture. Some enemies even have a really fast recovery time for those posture bars you be seeing, and it's a real pain in the ass. And there's even, I'm not gonna say what kind of enemy, but they're assholes. But they know how to push your buttons when it comes to that posture, because some enemies you'll need certain items on to even lower their posture, and that's just the real work. That's just hard work at its finest, doing a lot. But like I said, vitality and posture are linked, and when it comes to posture, there's one thing that's important. The third thing that I gotta mention is deflection. Like I said, deflecting can really help lower the enemy's posture, especially if they keep attacking, which is really called continuous deflection. So if you get them to attack you and you block every single one of their attacks, every deflection, that last final deflect will deal a lot of damage to that posture meter, to the enemy. So don't worry, deflecting can be hard to learn, but it's very satisfying when you pull it off. But that's it, guys. I just wanted to talk about Sekiro for a bit. Give, like I said, give you my impressions, the feels, how it plays, how it looks. It looks great, it plays great, and it feels great. That's 3 greats, guys, 3 greats. I want to apologize about the mic quality. The last segment, the last 2 minutes of the video, the audio cut out, and I had my boy Vinny the villain, to make up for the audio. So thank you, Vinny. And I have 2 problems with this game, I want to say. Like, the button inputs, they do not work. I mean, it's just rare occasions where I feel like I deflected I blocked at the right time, or I evaded at the right time, and they still hit me. Iframes need work, just a little bit. And then the Dragon Rot system, it doesn't really tell you when you're going to get it. It just happens when it happens, when you die a lot. And upon dying, I think it should have maybe a death indicator of you're going to die this many times before you get Dragon Rot. But maybe the randomness just adds more of a challenge, I say. I mean, it's not that big of an issue, but still. There are some things I did want to say, I did want to mention, but it's just the first impressions. I want y'all to see it, go through it blindly for yourself, and get excited like I did. But thank you guys for joining us today for this video. Thank you, trolls, and I'll see you later. Please like, subscribe, comment, everything. Thank you. We need it. Trying to blow up big here.